Everyone mentioned today is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and everything I discuss here is theory until proven fact, even if it is.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? I'm just having a coughing fit over here already. Haven't even started yet. Oh dear. I'll just say hello to everyone. Deb, how you going? Alex, how you going? Out to lunch, Kai. John Paul, how you going? Who else have we got? Dana, how you going? Oh, Dana, hang on a sec. Just going to add you as a mod just so you don't get censored. That's the only reason. I'm adding everyone as mods so they don't get censored. Tasman, Spaz, how you doing? Jake, how you going? Cassandra, how you going? Derek, how you going? Derek, I'm going to make you a mod as well because I don't want people getting censored. Okay. Hopefully that works anyway. Okay, just let me find my spot and refresh it because I've been bookmarking like crazy this morning and for the last few days. Okay. Oh, God love you.
At Shannon Spear 8,751 donated $2.99 through Super Chat. Testigles, nutty as squirrel shit.
On ya, Shannon. God love ya. How you going, Shane? You're off to Lithgow. Oh, have a good one. Okay. Matthew Camanzuli, you're a legend, Shannon. Matthew Camanzuli said, who would have guessed it seems like Mad Max was a documentary about Australia next week, okay? Just wait. We're out of fuel. Out of gas. This is going to go great. Everyone's already lining up at all the service stations. Servo. Oh, you should see it. What a mess. Our government, they're useless. Margot Martin said, must watch President Trump puts on a cowboy hat in the Oval Office. This is not the first time I've seen him do this.
Have your name put in there. This is number 1 of 250. Got the Constitution in there.
Yeah.
In the liner.
The
We'll put that
Constitution
in the museum. Right?
is in the liner. That's amazing.
10-karat gold flag. And then
You're gonna
13
take it off?
original. And I think it's your size.
Are you gonna check it? Okay. Let me see. That's the right way. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll even save the box. Right?
You look.
Have your name put in there.
Oh, you got to keep that box. Definitely. It looks good on Trump, actually. The cowboy hat. Okay, I don't know who this is, but this is hilarious. Colin G. Wood posted this. Welcome to Labor's Woke Australia. If you don't like swearing, maybe close your ears for 1 minute and 5 seconds, okay?
Welcome to Labor's Woke Australia. But not fucking yet. There are countries building nuclear submarines. There are countries racing to dominate AI. And then there's Australia, drafting a trauma handbook for public servants who experienced a mean email. Yes, you heard that right. The Australian Public Service now has a psychosocial hazard playbook because apparently being left off a calendar invite is a national fucking emergency. Conflict, trauma, firm feedback, trauma, pranks, trauma. These absolute pussies have officially declared tone a workplace injury, while tradies are doing 12-hour shifts, while people are homeless and houses are scarce, while nurses are triaging actual blood. While mass immigration is forcing Australians out, Canberra is running a hurt fucking feelings compliance audit. And if this is how we handle office tension, how exactly are we planning to handle a real crisis? Grow the fuck up, Canberra. The country has actual problems that you caused, and your shitty feminist government isn't going to fix anything by being pussies.
Exactly. Need I say any more? She said it all. That was really good. Okay, Zuby said people now need studies to believe things that were obvious to everybody 2,000 years ago. Now we need studies to prove to them. Okay, common sense is not that common anymore. Used to be, I'm sure. More than it is now anyway. Where did it go? Flopping Aces said the real gutbuster in all this media pearl clutching isn't even the hand wringing over Trump's slick war memes and base-dropped explosion reels. It's the jaw-dropping Olympic-level selective amnesia on display. I nearly just swallowed a mint full. I got a mint in my mouth and I nearly just swallowed the bloody thing. Okay, it's the jaw-dropping Olympic-level selective amnesia on display. CNN screeching from the rooftops, beware White House propaganda. Think of the children is memeified murder porn. And the very next breath, they're breathlessly parroting casualty figures straight from Iran state media like it's the gospel, according to routers. Let that marinate for a hot second. Cinematic White House clips with dramatic cuts and thumping soundtrack. Dangerous disinformation nightmare fuel. Official body counts from the literal regime that we turned into a fireworks show. Breaking trustworthy headline gold. The fog of war is thicker than ever and every side is slinging bullshit at Mach 5. Skepticism, I just did swallow it. Skepticism should be a goddamn prerequisite, not a partisan fashion accessory. But nah, apparently the only propaganda worth a raised eyebrow is whatever drops from the White House TikTok account. Breathe. When Tehran press release lands in the inbox straight to the Chiron, no questions asked, print at 72-point bold. The hypocrisy isn't just thick, it's wearing a cape and demanding its own spotlight. And there's an article below. The media that gave you dancing vaccine syringes is now horrified. Trump posted war memes. All these hurty feelings. Oh, that's the wrong one. This is a good one, by the way. Il Donaldo Trumpo. Winning. How much do you want to be winning? Okay, let's have a look.
I'll start, as we often do here at the Department of War, with the bottom line up front. For the world to hear and the press to actually admit that the United States is decimating the radical Iranian regime's military in a way the world has never seen before. Never before has a modern, capable military, which Iran used to have, been so quickly destroyed and made combat ineffective, devastated. We said it would not be a fair fight, and it has not been. As I stated during our first press conference on day 2, that was 10 short days ago, the combination of the world's 2 most powerful air forces is unprecedented and unbeatable. Between our air force and that of the Israelis, over 15,000 enemy targets have been struck.
Okay, just before we go on, I'm going to get censored for this one, or they're going to claim, what is it, copyright. I'm too busy listening to the music to listen to him. Now, it would have been really good if they just put him speaking, because, I don't know, I'm distracted.
It's well over 1,000 a day. No other combination of countries in the world can do that. So today, as we speak, we fly over the top of Iran and Tehran. Fighters and bombers all day, picking targets as they choose. As our intelligence gets better and better and more refined. Looking up, the IRGC and Iranian regime sees only 2 things on the side of aircraft: the Stars and Stripes and the Star of David. The evil regime's worst nightmare. Iran has no air defenses. Iran has no air force. Iran has no navy. Their missiles, their missile launchers and drones being destroyed or shot out of the sky. Their missile volume is down 90%. Their one-way attack drones yesterday, down 95%. And as the world is seeing, they are exercising sheer desperation in the Straits of Hormuz.
Okay. So the war isn't quite over. Sorry about that. I was wrong. But Trump called it, okay? Not quite over, but they have decimated all of their tactics. I believe China was helping them, to be honest, because China relies on Iran for their oil and the Strait of Hormuz, or whatever it is. Yeah, I do believe that China was helping them, but then that means cheap Chinese crap, which doesn't always work. And by the way, the school that was hit, cheap Chinese crap that doesn't always work. The Iranians fired it and it went berserk and landed on the school. So, yeah, I keep seeing people comment things like that and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? That was debunked ages ago. John Adams said breaking. In a dramatic turn of events, Rodney Cohen, a.k.a. Sydney Man, has been released from the mental health facility at St Vincent's Hospital. He's a patriot who was locked up here in Sydney. Despite their best efforts, 2 doctors today could not medically conclude that Rodney Cohen is mentally unstable, because he's not. While Rodney, who's an Australian Navy veteran, is now free, the playbook is out now. Australia's establishment is prepared to engage in fraudulent and false medical declarations, kidnapping and coercive and harmful medical treatment in order to silence patriots and dissidents. The corruption in Australia is unbelievable. Australia needs a revolution to overcome the criminals who are running our country into the ground. Vote One Nation, for goodness sake. Now you want to watch something funny? Gaynor Fauci. I've probably watched this over 100 times now and the ending still kills me every time. Watch this. Think technology is great? Watch this. Hang on.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, fingers in. Okay, seatbelt comes off. There we go. Loop in. Okay, now with my other hand, I'm going to kick the seat back and I'm going to open the seat.
I'll be unconscious by now.
3, 2, 1. All the way down. I'm out and I can escape freely, okay?
No, you can't. Not anymore.
Three fingers.
2 fingers. Seat down.
In the arms of the angel.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, that police lady, I would have been unconscious by the time she showed you the second step. I'm sure most of us would be. Insurrection Barbie, who is telling you about Trump wins? The Daily Wire covers them, Mark Levin covers them, TPUSA promotes them on 3,000 campuses. Dan Bongino is covering the wins. The people being targeted by Tucker and Candace are the people making sure you know this record exists. Who's blackpilling you? The people who told you they were embarrassed to endorse Trump? The people Trump himself has disowned as not MAGA? The people producing content about giants and psychic spies and astral projection, while the most productive conservative presidency in modern history is happening in real time. Every minute you spend black-pilled by esoteric slop is a minute you're not celebrating and defending and building on these wins. Every hour you spend consuming conspiracy content about the Third Temple is an hour you're not telling your neighbour that their take-home pay went up $13,300. Every day you spend doubting the movement is a day you're not registering a voter for the midterms that will determine whether these wins survive or get rolled back. The black pill is manufactured. Just know that. Okay, DOQ said if you're posting about Q in a negative way, you're essentially going against an operation that systematically brought Jeffrey Epstein and the Rothschild banking system to centre stage for the majority of the world to discover via social media. You really want to be against that? And you want to do it publicly using your IP address? And on top of all that, you want to do it with pride and arrogance like you're talking down to those who support it? I've had that for the last 6, 7, 8 years. Been called a Q-tard. Been called every name under the sun. Don't give a shit. Okay, just to let you know. Don't care. Don't care. Drew Pavlou said new tip-offs and NDIS fraud in Australia. When the Australian government shut down M&F disability fraud in October, and I've gone over this a couple of times, they owed $722,000 in unpaid taxes. The Australian government issued a lifetime NDIS ban against Fatima Rashid, owner of MF Disability. Suddenly the new business, Sunny Days Care, popped up in the exact same location with the exact same phone number and same accountant. We called the number, well, we know all this. The lady screamed and assaulted them. It now turns out that one of the women who assaulted them is directly related to Fatima Rashid, the one who's been banned, and lives at Fatima's $2.5 million mansion in West Sydney. That should make you angry, because it makes me freaking angry. We received a tip-off that dozens of police raided the $2.5 million mansion at 5 a.m. on March the 4th and stayed the entire day collecting evidence. Let's hope they do something with it. The courts don't just let them off. So to summarise new information, MF Disability owed $720,000 to the government when they were shut down. The staff member at Sunny Days Care, who, it's not daycare, okay, it's Days Care, who assaulted Pete on camera is directly related to the owner of that said disability scam that owed the government $720,000 and lives with her at the mansion. Isn't that funny? Do you find that funny? I find it very funny. Something funny going on there. But our government, no, nothing to see here. Melinda Richards said Australia's an energy and mining superpower. We should be dictating terms to the world. Yet we crumble when a war breaks out in the Middle East. That's because we have sold out. We have. Or we've voted the people in who've sold us out over and over again. And over. And over. And over. Pauline Hanson. Elon Musk said exactly legacy media's propaganda arm of the far left. Bill Mitchell said, you want to know how we know that Thune is it Thune or Thune is a major problem? The media never attacks him. And that's sus. CNN most trusted name in news. White suspect. Maryland dad. Fell on stage. Sharp as a tack. Is Joe sharp as a tack? Do you trust them? I wouldn't. Awakened, I stopped trusting them in 2008. I wanted to throw my TV out the window because I knew they were lying. Awakened Outlaw said, I want to stop for a moment and thank all of you who aren't total dicks about everything. Oh, I don't know why they throw this stuff in. Just say, I wanted to stop for a moment and thank all of you for sticking this out with me as we transgress our way through this generational shit show. It won't always be this insane moving forward because it can't be. This is the burden we shoulder for those who came before us and those who'll come after us. The latter won't forget the hell we put up with on their behalf. All we have to do at this point is continue holding the damn line together. The turbulence will resolve itself. As significantly painful as things are currently, it's all but temporary pains in our asses. It was never going to be easy, and God wins, by the way. Q said that. God wins. Derek Evans said Greg Gutfield jokes about reports that Iran's new supreme leader hasn't appeared publicly, saying they're making do with a cardboard replica. Could it be any more obvious? I don't think they've got anyone. So they put up a cardboard picture of someone else. Someone, I don't know. Looks like the same guy again. Before adding, do not laugh, we did the same thing for 4 years. Biden, cardboard cutout. Someone who didn't know what the hell they were doing. Neither do our government. Oh, my God. Neither does Canadian government. UK government. See? What happens in America happens all over the world. I don't know if ours came first, though, or America, you know, like America's just showing us all how, you know, how they work it. ACYN said Hegseth, no quarter, no mercy for our enemies. Yet some in the press just can't stop. More fake news from CNN reports the Trump administration underestimated the Iran war's impact on the Strait of Hormuz. The sooner David Ellison takes over that network, the better.
They're confused, and we know it. Our response, we will keep pressing. We will keep pushing, keep advancing. No quarter, no mercy for our enemies. Yet some in this crew, in the press, just can't stop. Allow me to make a few suggestions. People look up at the TV and they see banners, they see headlines. I used to be in that business, and I know that everything is written intentionally. For example, a banner or a headline, Mideast war intensifies, splashing on the screen the last couple of days, alongside visuals of civilian or energy targets that Iran has hit, because that's what they do. What should the banner read instead? How about Iran increasingly desperate? Because they are. They know it, and so do you, if it can be admitted. Or more fake news from CNN. Reports that the Trump administration underestimated the Iran war's impact on the Strait of Hormuz. Patently ridiculous, of course. For decades, Iran has threatened shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. This is always what they do, hold the strait hostage. CNN doesn't think we thought of that. It's a fundamentally unserious report. The sooner David Ellison takes over that network, the better. They're confused.
Nope. There you go. Don't believe mainstream media, I'm telling you now. Cynthia Holt, now it's Tucker Carlson's turn. Tucker Carlson, you backstabbing, grifting piece of shit. You pretended to be MAGA supporter, big MAGA supporter, boosting Trump when it patted your ego and wallet, and then stabbed him in the effing back. Everyone can now see you for what you truly are and always been. Trump calls your takes absolutely disgusting and evil, says you've lost your way, aren't MAGA, and he's right. You're no truth teller, you're no journalist, you're just a fucking liar being paid to spread propaganda. People think he's being paid by Qatar. Old habits die hard for you, you effing fraud. You've alienated Trump, MAGA and your credibility. Crawl back to your conspiracy cave, you lying, hateful has-been. We do not want you around, you're finished. And Tucker Carlson said, I rarely read the filth you publish. I've never responded to it for the same reason I avoid pornography. It's unhealthy and I don't want to encourage it. But in this specific case, I understand exactly what you're doing and I'd like to stop it now. I've never said or suggested everyone needs to know where their local Chabad is or anything remotely like it. I didn't even criticise Chabad, an organisation I've mentioned precisely once in my life. Last week I said I believed IDF soldiers in Israel have received Third Temple patches for their uniforms from Chabad. I believe that's true. Please let me wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, or not that you care. The point of your post is to blame me preemptively for violent attacks on American Jews that you believe are coming. This is absurd slander, of course. I abhor violence. It's in response to Laura Loomer, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens both said everyone needs to know where their local Shabbat is. Okay, everyone's fighting. Good on them. I don't trust any of them, I'm telling you now. Awakened Outlaw said the people who keep posting that Trump is doing what he's told to do are dumb. Okay, let's leave that part out. Okay. Everyone's got their own opinion. Most of it comes from mainstream news. Even the truthers are doing it. Sorry. We're on an entirely new and amazing timeline, in my opinion. It doesn't map to anything any of us have ever experienced before. This type is simply, sadly, stuck and can't think outside the box they've committed themselves to. The tell is how bitter and angry they are all the time. I mean, who the fuck wants to live like that, especially when it no longer applies? Should have read Q. Should have followed Q back in 2017 to 2021 or 22. One of them. Okay, I'd have to take that away, and to do that I'd have to get my where is my, hang on, my keyboard. I have to store everything away because otherwise the cats will walk all over it, and God knows what they'll have me streaming while I'm sleeping or something like that. Let me have a look. I'll tell you when it finished and when it started. It finished in November 2022. Started 29th of October 2017. If you followed it, you wouldn't be freaking out, I'm telling you now. Nick Sautor said, wow, President Trump's coming out swinging against John Thune this morning. I mean, how can you not get voter ID approved, proof of citizenship? That's all we're asking. He doesn't think he can do it, and that's bad. If you don't think you can do it without even trying, you're a failure. Sorry. You've already failed. You haven't even tried. What are you doing? So anyway, okay, there you go. I'm sure you already knew all this. Avi Yamini said, breaking all of Grace Tame. Well, remember the stupid white chick screaming out from the river to the sea? She's a Palestinian supporter, okay? Breaking all of Grace Tame's 2026 speaking bookings have been cancelled after she let a Sydney rally chant from Gadigal to Gaza globalise the Intifada in the wake of the Bondi terror attacks. Turns out inciting violence isn't great for business. Who would have thought? Severe lefties. Kid Cowboy said diesel up 90 cents per litre where I live in the space of 6 days. This prick Bowen has some explaining to do, the lying CU and the NT. Because of our politician, our energy, transport, whatever he is, minister, trying to rely on solar and all that sort of stuff, yeah. They put diesel up 90 cents a litre. Even when it came back down, it was still up. And that was while they still had reserves from before it went up. So I'd like to know why straight away they are quick to jump on and charge you an extra 50 to 90 cents per litre, and there is 3.5 to 4 litres in a gallon. Work that out. Our fuel is $2.20 at the moment per litre. That would be nearly $9 a gallon. $8 or $9 a gallon. We're like California. Australia's like California. I swear to God, that's how woke it is. It's a joke. David Wolf said, how you acted during COVID is exactly who you are. And guess what? I'm a rebel. Are you a rebel? Be a rebel with me. Come on. I didn't wear a mask. I didn't get any vaccinations. I still went everywhere. I didn't play by the rules. I don't play by their rules. Not those stupid rules. You're not making me do anything when you're not wearing biohazard suits. You're just trying to get away with masks? Seriously? If there was a pandemic, you would have seen people in biohazard suits with oxygen. Telling you, that was not a pandemic. Scamdemic it was. Stock Dog said Australia has the highest combined proven reserves of coal, natural gas and uranium in the world. I hear this from every country. Why do I hear the same thing from every country? I think all Western countries probably do have a lot of reserves and, of certain things. Anyway, I hear it over and over again, each country claiming they've got the highest in the world. But anyway, we do have a lot of it, right? And its energy policy is built around heavy reliance on intermittent sources like wind and solar. Make it make sense. I can't. Can you? Craig Kelly said, that's it, I'm done, there's no point hoping. If the Liberals and Nationals can't support exiting the Paris Climate Agreement, they may as well just go and join the Teals and let one nation lead the fight. Because Matt Canavan became the Nationals leader here in Australia. Now, the Liberal and Nationals, they for some reason, they're two different parties on the same ticket, okay? I have to go into the history of that and learn myself. We've got Labor and Liberal Nationals, right? Matt Canavan took over. He was on our side until he became head of the Nationals. And now he's, we know we've got to stay in the Paris Climate Agreement. No, he's just gone back on everything. So be careful. That's why you vote for one nation. Senator Sean Bell said today Matt Canavan's Nationals failed to show up to vote to exit the Paris Climate Agreement and the Liberals joined Labor and the Greens to vote against it. It looks like no matter who leads the Nationals, they have little to be proud of. Yeah, remember Little Proud? He was only a little bit proud. Well, this one's even less proud, I think. Tom McDonald's got a new music video out. Dear every politician, celebrity in the Epstein files. I'm going to play it from about, where's 45-second mark?
Anti-Christ. It ain't left and right no more, cause now it's good and evil. They used to call it a conspiracy, but now it's real. We seen the files and the facts, don't care how you feel. They having pizza parties and that means they eating people. This might wake them up. QAnon didn't make it up.
Did you hear that one? QAnon didn't make it up. Huh. Yeah. Hello, Tom McDonald, I see you. Oz Integrity said, true to Fabian form, the Labor Party realises Australians want Australia first. Now Labor's going to change colours and pretend they are. Reject them at all costs. And let them do it, but reject them at all costs, okay? Labor must embrace patriotism and respect people's love of the national flag, South Australian Premier Peter Malinoskis says. Okay, sorry, I had to try and just read that properly. Mikey Rock said, honestly, there has to be magic and supernatural shit at play because there is no way 99% of us able-bodied humans really let 1% of all humans rule us like complete bitches and destroy everything we love with no consequences. Scientifically, it makes no sense. So it has to be spiritually. Supernatural. Well, they worship the bloody devil. They're evil. Evil Texan said when the effing transgenders shoot up a Catholic school, the effing media is concerned about transphobia. When the effing Islamist terrorists shoot up an Austin bar, the effing media is concerned about Islamophobia. When the effing illegal aliens rape and murder our children, the effing media is concerned about xenophobia. You know what the F I'm concerned about? Our future, our families, our children and our neighbours. The effing people that hate us are here. The effing people that hate us are killing us. The effing people that are in charge let them in. And the effing Mockingbird media are lying about it. Get them all the F out of here. I don't effing care how. Deport them to Rwanda. Bring back public executions. I just want my effing country back, says all Western citizens. Thank you. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Joey Menarino said Islam is not a religion of peace. It's a political totalitarian ideology masquerading as a faith. They stone women, they throw gays off rooftops, they behead people for drawing cartoons, they rape, enslave and genocide their way across history, And they're still doing it, right now in 2026. Yet the West bends the knee, apologises and calls it diversity. No, call it what it is. A 7th century death cult that has zero compatibility with Western civilization. You cannot be pro-women's rights and pro-Islam. You cannot be pro-freedom and pro-Islam. You cannot be pro-free speech and pro-Islam. Pick a lane. Every time a mosque goes up in Europe, another neighbourhood becomes a no-go zone. Every time we import millions who follow Sharia, we import the end of secular democracy. Stop pretending, stop virtue signalling, stop lying to yourselves. Islam wants to replace you. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is their own doctrine speaking loud and clear. Deport, defend, reclaim. No more refugee sob stories. No more Islamophobia weaponisation. No more letting them play victim while they colonise our streets. Wake the up, people. I'm sure most of you, well, anyone listening to me is probably awake. Hopefully. Gunther Eagleman says, sound off. Democrats are saying that MAGA voters regret voting for Trump because he's gone above and beyond by breaking everything in DC. I'm pretty sure you voted for a bull in a china shop. I would have. I think there are a lot of people who just said, we're sick of politics. We want a guy who's going to go in there and break things. And now they're going, well, wait a minute, not everything. If you think Trump's not gone far enough, like and share this post. I think everything needs to get dismantled. Yes, even the IRS.
You know, Americans, we talked about this earlier in the show, are facing possible retaliation from Iran. There's concern about the threat environment, the terror attack at the synagogue in Michigan, at the university in Virginia. Communities, by the way, also still being torn apart by immigration, energy prices soaring, and oh, by the way, long lines at airports and TSA agents sleeping in their cars because they're not getting paid. A professor who's written extensively about this calls it political depression. The knowledge that the world is falling apart paired with the sense that...
I don't even want to listen to this shit. Who is this MS Now? Morons. I don't know. When Trump was running, bull in a china shop, like I said. That's what you need. Pauline Hanson's our one. Labor and the Greens teamed up to block One Nation, debating our bill that would establish a 15% domestic gas reserve. They don't want it. The Greens don't want it, and Labor don't want it. A 15% domestic gas reserve. Australians' gas should benefit Australians first. Apparently the Greens and Labor are too scared to even talk about it. They'll lose money. It's all about the money for them. What they can stick in their back pocket, mate. Dan Scavino Jr. said a highly placed source close to someone who once retweeted a source has confirmed via 2 layers of anonymous sourcing that our original source, who was briefed exclusively by a friend of a source who heard it from people familiar with the matter, is in fact telling the literal truth. That's what some people sound like. I don't know, you got to listen closely to people, right? People who say, I have a source, a highly placed source, or a source in the government, or a source in the FBI. Take that with a huge grain of salt. Because that's what it ends up being. Highly placed source close to someone who once retweeted a source has confirmed via 2 layers of anonymous sourcing that their original source, who was briefed exclusively by a friend of a source who heard it from people familiar with the matter. Yeah. Look at the sources. Bro said we have African gangs running rampant in Melbourne, Muslim gang wars in Western Sydney. Tell me, how is this making Australia culturally better? You can't, can you? Wow. Okay. The voice of the right said Melania Trump has spoken out publicly in defence of her husband. Well done, love. Delivering an emotional statement that has quickly drawn tension across the political landscape. What is happening to my husband goes far beyond ordinary criticism. It's become deeply personal, in many ways profoundly unfair to a man who has devoted decades of his life to public service. I often ask myself how people can be so relentless. They are attacking a leader who carries immense responsibility every day, someone who works under constant pressure, scrutiny and expectations that very few people could truly understand. Donald has never asked for sympathy and he's never blamed others. Instead, he continues to work and let his actions speak for themselves. To me, Donald is more than just a president. He's a determined, disciplined, resilient man. Rather than magnifying every mistake or adding more pressure through endless headlines and debates, people should recognise the sacrifices and strength it takes to stand at the centre of such intense public attention. He does not fight simply for power, he fights because he genuinely believes in the future of this nation. God love him. Okay. Awakened Outlaw said, one major reason I'm unapologetic Trump supporter is that I honestly believe he's the only thing standing in between the deep state machine and our interests. That's why he takes the slings and arrows for us. Who else is on his level fighting on our behalf? No one. Yeah, no one. There you go. The answer is no one. That's why I'm all in on DJT and rather comfortable with my bet. Zero hesitation and zero regret. And that's me too. I've watched him from the beginning. I've watched it all closely. Let the man cook. The Yorkshire lass said, Risings, friends. I'm seeing a lot of people go back to their dark night of the soul again, turning their backs on Trump. Some folks are depressed, overwhelmed, have no hope, lost faith in God's plan. It feels like we've gone back to 2020 again. All I can say is this. We were told it's going to get tough. We were told the ending won't be for everyone. This is the storm we're in. Exposure and disclosure are ramping up. And yes, it's uncomfortable as people wake up from their slumbers. Even the awake are finding this stage of the plan difficult to navigate through. When you are right with God, you understand what Q is and have faith and trust in yourself. You will have that serenity and in knowing the ending to all of this. And it's a great ending. Just hang in there. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. Believe me. When I see those who are awake give up God's plan, I pray for them. I don't judge them. I'm shocked they're giving up at the finish line, but I know they'll switch back because they're going to the same destination anyway. Stay strong, patriots, especially those living in the UK. I know everything seems so broken here, but it isn't. There are good people who see and hear us, and we're being watched very closely. You could say protected. Right now, we're all going through the birthing pains of a new age of our time, and it's going to be beautiful. But first, we have to expose the evil and darkness before we arrive to our new and better world. It's not going to be an easy ride. You've got to see the darkness before you can appreciate the light. Watch. My advice, focus on the positives rather than the negatives. There's a lot more good stuff happening. Come away from the MSM. There's still many of you following blindly. Reach out to family and friends. They're going to need you. Talk to God, let him guide you. Deep down, you already know the ending to all of this, but God has already won. You need to fully come away from the matrix that's still trying to keep you angry and scared. And yes, I've had episodes. I've questioned the operation years ago many times, but I still go back to my faith and understand why it had to be this way. Nothing is as it seems, even here in the UK. We are witnessing the total collapse of the very system that has kept us in slavery for a long time. It's finished. Stay strong, everyone. We're nearly there. Where we go one, we go all. God bless each and every one of us. Yeah, I agree. Just hang in there. The best is yet to come. And it's not just a catchphrase. It really, literally is. It's going to be amazing. Do not give up. Whatever you do, never, ever, ever, ever give up. Okay? Fight. Where is it in you to... Okay, let's go. Maybe it's the red-headed Irish in me that does it. I don't know. Elon Musk said that's what it is. Sol Grover said he told police he was in female toilets because he wasn't sure about his gender. That's all you have to do these days. It's literally the get-out-of-jail-free card for sexual predator men. An international student who was busted filming up to 150 Melbourne women in toilets has walked from court scot-free. The 23-year-old avoided a conviction and can now freely pursue his dream of becoming a doctor. A pervert doctor. I want to see the face. That's why I don't use public toilets. If I can get away with it anyway. Is he Asian or Indian? It's hard to see. Can't see. Trying to see. He wants to become a doctor. Okay, anyway, we don't need to see the reenactment. Thank you. But yeah, that's what it is. They just say, oh, look, I'm confused about my gender, and that's a great excuse now. They let them off. Here in Australia anyway. FBI Director Kash Patel earlier today, an armed individual opened fire at Old Dominion University, leaving one person dead and 2 others wounded. The shooter is now deceased thanks to a group of brave students who stepped in and subdued him. The shooter is now deceased thanks to a group of brave students who stepped in and subdued him. Actions that undoubtedly saved lives along with the quick response of law enforcement. I hope you caught what I did there. I hope you caught what I caught. FBI is now investigating the shooting as an act of terrorism. Our Joint Terrorism Task Force is fully engaged, embedded with local authorities and providing all resources necessary in the investigation. In the meantime, please pray for the victims, their families and the ODU community. And Wokeness said there are 2 Islamic terror attacks today on US soil, both by legal immigrants. Ayman Ghazaleh, oh God, help me. Muhammad, whatever his name is, they all seem to have that name, Muhammad. We have a serious problem. Yeah, I don't think anyone who believes in Islam should be in our countries at all, legally or illegally. If you have to integrate to the country, you're going to. You don't go there and not like your country. You're going to. What is going on? How did it get to this? Right Angle News Network, breaking. It's now confirmed that attempted mass shooter at the synagogue in Dearborn, Michigan was a migrant from Lebanon. This comes just hours after it was confirmed the shooter at ODU in Virginia was a Muslim. Back-to-back Muslim attacks all over the place. I believe we're going to see them. Well, they're having wars in Western Sydney. That's near where I am, just not that far away. Well, Western Sydney can be anywhere like a Canberra, Campsie, all those areas. Auburn now has taken over, apparently. Yeah, all the way out to Penrith. And, yeah. Nick Sautor said breaking Temple Israel gunman is badly burned after he rammed his car, which then caught fire, into the building and ended up being killed by armed security following a shootout. Federal law enforcement tells Bill Milligan. The man was armed with a rifle, per Fox News. Andrew Colvett said this is an interesting piece of information. The FBI in Detroit held an active shooter training at Temple Israel, the scene of today's attack, just 6 weeks ago. They do that a lot, by the way. They hold drills, and then some of those drills actually go live on the day, or they happen weeks beforehand in those very areas. Isn't that interesting? Red Panda Koala said Larry Silverstein owns a US bank tower in Los Angeles, and now we're hearing reports of a possible drone terror attacks in California. Just 2 months before 9/11, World Trade Center was sold to Larry Silverstein. Silverstein ate breakfast on the 91st floor of the North Tower every single morning except 9/11. Conveniently, his wife made an emergency doctor's appointment that day. Larry Silverstein's companies received $4.5 billion in insurance after 9/11, and it was also alleged that he was going to have to pay a lot of money because it had asbestos through the building. So he was going to have to pay a lot of money to get rid of the asbestos. Interesting, isn't it? And Patrick Howley said, hey guys, lucky Larry Silverstein recently purchased US bank tower in Los Angeles. You should probably not show up to work there in the near future. Yeah, I wouldn't show up to work anywhere that he owns. General Mike Flynn said sit-rep Iran sleeper cells operating inside the United States. Right now, US intelligence is tracking encrypted Iranian communications, and law enforcement's been alerted to potential sleeper cell activity on our soil. These networks were not built overnight. They were pre-positioned, patient and waiting for exactly this kind of moment. Every cop on a beat, every sheriff and their deputies, every federal agent needs to be heads up and fully supported. These are the men and women standing between a coordinated attack and the communities they protect. Congress needs to stop playing politics with DHS funding and give our people what they need to do their jobs. The threat is real. The window to act is now. And in case you missed it, Democrats are keeping it shut down so people don't get paid, by the way. If it's shut down still, I don't know. Last I heard, they did it again. Eric Doherty said just in sec war, Pete Hegseth just went full Doge mode at the Pentagon, ordering top officials to execute a ruthless, no excuses review to slash duplication and bureaucracy. Hegseth wants maximum effectiveness for the military. Clarify roles and reporting, no more moral ambiguity. Oh, good on him. Align functions so the military legal stays laser focused on warfighting and readiness. Let civilian lawyers handle non-operational stuff, acquisitions, civilian personnel, IP, real estate, environmental on bases, litigation outside of military channels. We've laid out our recommended split, military matters to JAGs and the SGA, civilian to general councils with room for limited shared areas like standards of conduct or FOIA and privacy. It makes sense for the services. But the priority is maximum support to the warfighter, and this includes reviewing active, reserve and guard components. Bottom line, sharpen our legal edge. To sharpen our warfighting edge, no more distractions, no more shortages in the fight because of misplaced priorities. Our warriors deserve legal teams as lethal and focused as they are. Let's get it done for them and the country. Well said, mate. Even though I read it. Eric Doherty said just in, Chuck Schumer goes berserk from the Senate floor after learning the Save America Act could guarantee Republicans victory in the midterms. Letting you, Doge or Elon Musk, decide who's taken off the rolls is what he said. Yes, the purge the illegals, pass the Save America Act and win. Wasn't he walking around with poopy pants not that long ago? Chuck Schumer, wasn't he? Nappies, remember? Looked like he'd crapped himself doing the shuffle, the Schumer shuffle. Does anyone remember that? Wall Street Ape said, wow, George Soros funded a ballot measure called Proposition 64. The money from that measure was supposed to go to substance abuse. Instead, California Democrats redirected all the money, set $370 million into registering voters. This is a sophisticated money laundering scheme. Here's what happened. California Doge found California Democrats used a state agency called the Elevate Youth to launder taxpayer money into registering voters. Elevate Youth funneled money, $370 million, meant for substance abuse help, to get out the vote and organising for Democrats. Where do you think all this money goes? Like, say the NDIS here in Australia. You know, all the money that the government says we're going to give to that. Where do you think it goes? In someone's pocket, mate. It does not go to where it's supposed to go. Neither does giving your money to the Red Cross. We learnt that in the 2020 Australian bushfires when the whole world donated money to Australians who lost their properties and houses and livestock. And the Red Cross said we're holding it for the next emergency. Okay, anyway, this is government. This is pretty much the same thing anyway. Okay, Elevate Youth is funded through Proposition 64. Proposition 64 was a ballot measure that was sponsored by George Soros. So again, let me break that down. George Soros paid for a fake ballot measure claiming it would help victims of substance abuse. Once passed, all the money collected in new taxes from that ballot measure was then redirected into registering voters and organising. California Democrats need to go to prison. I agree. Can we do ours next? Lance Gooden said, remember when Doge found over 5 million illegal aliens receiving Social Security benefits? Remember that? Thousands of them were also registered to vote. This alone should be enough for the US Senate to pass the Save America Act. It's crazy you haven't passed it yet. Kanoka the Great said, breaking, Fox News reports a massive California taxpayer healthcare fraud scheme. Are you surprised? Look, I'm surprised. Can't you see it on my face? An 87-year-old Nevada doctor's identity was used to file 76,000 claims representing $600 million in Los Angeles. I've never billed Medicare for any of these patients. Holy shit. This is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. The White House said the United States is the largest oil producer in the world by far, so when oil prices go up, we make a lot of money. But of far greater interest and importance to me as president is stopping an evil empire, Iran, from having nuclear weapons and destroying the Middle East and indeed the world. President Donald J. Trump. Okay, Baron Trump. Breaking. The White House is criticising CNN for broadcasting 4 minutes of Iranian state TV without interruption. The same psychotic and murderous regime that has prided itself on brutally slaughtering Americans. Iran also allowed CNN inside their country to report. CNN, CIA News Network, the Clinton News Network, the Criminal News Network. That's why you don't trust mainstream news. Do not trust it. Eric Doherty suggests in White House Press Secretary Karen Levitt calls out ABC News and demands retraction for the report that Iran threatened to launch drone strikes on the West Coast. To be clear, no such threat from Iran to our homeland exists, and it never did. Now, it's going to come from inside, not outside, if it happens. This post and story should be immediately retracted by ABC News for providing false information to intentionally alarm the American people. Do you get it? The fear, fake... what is it? Fake events appearing real. Okay? Anything to make you fear. Anything to make you fear. If something makes you scared, stop. Stop. Go and look for more information. Not the information that backs that information.
A Tricky2 Tim 3717 donated $5 through Super Chat. I have lost track of you for a while. Light blue heart emoji, blue heart emoji.
Oh, God love you, Ricky. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're a legend. Yeah, I lost track of everyone for a while. They deleted me for 5 years and now I'm back. Yep. So there you go. I was deleted. I got deleted. Okay. I'll get back to you guys in a sec. I'm going to make, Ricky, if you're not a mod, I'll make you one because, yeah, you're not a mod. Okay, if you hang on in there and keep commenting, I'll make you one when I'm finished reading the news, because people are getting censored in the chat. So I'm trying to make people mods. Okay. So anyway, they didn't. The attack is not going to come from outside. If anything, it's going to be little sleeper cells in small areas. They'll clamp down on it pretty quickly. Just eyes open. Okay. They wrote this based on one email that was sent to local law enforcement in California about a single unverified tip. The email even states the tip was based on unverifiable intelligence. Yet ABC News left out this critical fact in their story. Why? Iran has been launching drone attacks on various nations in the Middle East, as seen here. Okay, there you go. Stop listening to the news that makes you scared. Oh, that's what it's meant to do. Keep people in fear. In fear, you're not thinking. Not rationally. It's more a panic, fight or flight type thinking. Catherine Deves Morgan said Pakistani-born and bred Marine Faruqi here in Australia, Senator for Palestine, is complaining about racism in Australia for the 11 billionth time. Who else is bored? Funny that. It's wearing very thin. Racism. I don't even believe in racism anymore. Shove your racism where the sun doesn't shine, okay? John Adams said, breaking totalitarianism out of control. A man in Sydney, Australia, who's been attempting to expose government corruption was detained. This is the guy who they had to let out because the doctors could not say there was anything mentally wrong with him. The Patriot, they're locking up Patriots here in Australia in mental wards and trying to forcibly drug them, I'd say. Healthcare professionals and New South Wales police entered this man's home without a warrant this morning, produced a non-clinical declaration that he's mentally ill and forced him to go to a local hospital. He was told at first he was not allowed to leave. On what planet can the government arbitrarily detain a freedom fighter, produce fictional medical diagnosis and detain him at a hospital against his will? Corruption in Australia has no bounds. It doesn't know bounds either. Mila Joyce said, holy crap, John Solomon says the DOJ is building a massive case against the deep state. It's all coming. Have some faith. Okay. Nicholas Hulcher, MPH, said 50% of Americans. God, please help me. 56% of Americans now believe COVID shots cause mass deaths. We are the majority now. The public is waking up and it cannot be stopped. And that was me in 2020. Anyone said you need to wear a mask or you need to get a vaccine, I was like, and I'm serious, that's exactly how I did it. The doctor said it. I went, nope, not doing that. Thank you, anything but that. Jim Ferguson, not anything but that, but, you know. Jim Ferguson said, breaking major signal from inside Iran. A political declaration has just emerged from Arab tribes in Iran's Khuzestan province, the country's most important oil-producing region. In the statement, they make several striking points. They reject the Islamic Republic and call for the complete removal of the regime. They demand a secular democratic government based on human rights. They stress that Khuzestan is an inseparable part of Iran. They call for unity among Iranian ethnic groups, including Kurds, Azeris and Baloch. I don't know how to say that. They express support for Reza Pahlavi as a unifying national figure for future transition. Khuzestan is not just another province, it's the heart of Iran's oil industry and one of the most strategically important regions in the country. When voices from inside that region begin calling openly for democratic future beyond the Islamic Republic, it signals something much bigger. The cracks inside the regime's foundation may be widening. I've seen there are women removing their hijabs and not like there's like police coming up to them and saying, you got to put that back on. And they're saying, stuff you. There's a lot of them. Okay, just let me go over here for a sec. Where am I? I'm just going to mod. Hey, Baxley, how you doing? I'm just going to make you a mod too, just so you can talk because I did make I did make you a mod. Yeah, just because people get censored on here, even the comments, they get put in the naughty corner. So just try and stop that. I'm making everyone mods. There you go. Gunther Eagleman said the more you know. Iran funded Hezbollah, Iran funded Hamas, Iran funded the Houthis, and these two idiots funded Iran. Joe and Obama. A Patriot Girl said, do you understand how outraged you should be? Because every single person who's lost someone they love to cancer should be completely outraged. Liz Churchill said, Johns Hopkins Hospital has had the patent for mebendazole polymorph for the treatment and prevention of tumours for a long time. Anyone who's had cancer or family who's had it should be fuming by now. This was suppressed because the cancer industry makes $225 billion a year on their profitable designer drugs. The pharmaceutical liars hate you. It is mebendazole polymorph of treatment and prevention of tumours. September the 7th, 2021. Johns Hopkins University, Baltimore. The inventors are there, the assignee. Notice subject to any disclaimer of this patent is extended or adjusted under 35 USC 154B by 0 days. Mebendazole is an antiparasitic drug with over 40 years of safe use. Recently, mebendazole was repurposed for glioblastoma therapy. 3 polymorphs of mebendazole exist, but the relative polymorph content for existing drugs varies, and the therapeutic anti-cancer relevance of the different polymorphs was unknown. As an oral drug, mebendazole polymorph C is a superior form and it reaches the brain and brain tumours in effective concentrations. Efficacy is further improved by combining mebendazole with P-glycoprotein inhibitor. Mebendazole may also be used for therapy of other cancers as well as a chemopreventative agent. Okay. Just so everyone knows, they hide shit from you. They've got it for themselves, but, you know, you're not allowed to have it. DOQ said, are we on the verge of totally eliminating cancer? What a time to be alive. Sassafras said, it laughed my ass off. Oh, no, not the View. Nobody deserves that. Donald J. Trump said, if Iran doesn't surrender in the next 24 hours, I'll force them to watch every single episode of The View, including reruns. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That would be torture for anyone having to watch that show. Il Donaldo Trumpo said there'll never be another one. Sorry, guys. Let's have a look. Is there any music behind this one? Shit, that's loud. I'm going to get copyrighted for this shit. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, at least if I sing, then I can just claim copyright. I just ruined your song, so if anyone does try to get your song from my video, it's completely wrecked. I'm sorry. And they seem to give it back to me. Because I wreck it. I've wrecked it. Okay, anyway. The White House said more to follow. I'm pleased to report within the last few hours we've hit completely destroyed 10 inactive land mine-laying boats and or ships with more to follow. And that was 3 days ago. Melinda Richards said, just go there, everyone. Just go. Locked out of Kakadu National Park, Cape York, Lake Erie, Bunda Cliffs, the Finnis River, Grampians Ranges, the Flinders Ranges, Mount Gillen, Mount Warning. Iconic locations are now off limits. If I want to go there, I'm going. You want to go there? Just go. Stuff them. Don't listen to them anymore. The most they can do is lock you up for 5 minutes. Cabot Phillips said hundreds of strangers have shown up for the funeral of a Tennessee veteran who died with no known relatives. This is America. Aww. So complete strangers showed up because this man, aww. Good on him. That is so sweet. Can't imagine not having family. Bricks News said just in, video shows ship traffic in the Strait of Hormuz over the past 24 hours. This was 4 days ago. Which ones are the ships? Are they? Looks like I'm playing Space Invaders here, man. Like, sorry, my sound effects. Some of them are flying. Look. And disappear off the radar. What's going on here? This looks like a game of Space Invaders to me. Look. And what are these doing? They're just sitting there. These ones are moving around a little bit here and there, but... Oh, look at all the firing. Look. Okay, anyway. Maybe it is the ones, not shipping routes. It shows ship traffic, but I think it's also showing planes. Some of them are going a bit quick, mate. Oh, my God. Carl Higbee said, while everyone was focused on bombs, Trump cut off 20% of China's oil, stuck it to the UK, brought in billions in revenue for shipping insurance, destroyed the BRICS currency hope, and opened 20 trillions in US oil access. See, I think Iran's getting some help from China right now, right? So if they look like, oh, they're still going, China's probably arming them. Well, they already have. Too bad everything made in China is shit. Sorry, but seriously, it is. Well, most things, because they all break. Everything I get that's made in China, which is everything in Australia is made in China, breaks real easy. Chicago One Ray said, boom, Russia's willing to start trading with the US in dollars again and says they'll stop using BRICS currency and China is freaking out. Control the world's currency is huge. Controlling it is huge. Trump is closing yet another one of Democrats' piggy banks in China. America's back. Yeah, come back, baby. Anon said, Trump didn't betray us. You just don't like the moves that have to be made. I think so. Some people just don't like it. No one said it was going to be easy. Got to get tougher than that. Okay, Awakened Outlaw said, although it's a tragedy, sorry about that, although it's a tragedy regardless, the left isn't relieved to hear that the US isn't responsible for the missile attack that struck the girls' school in Iran. In fact, despite the convincing evidence that has emerged to support that conclusion, they'll cling to blaming it on our military because it feeds both their confirmation bias and doing so provides them their burning desire for ammunition they can use to help paint Orange Man bad in a negative light. This type is broken beyond repair. Don't be one of them. 4 to 6% will never wake up. Don't be one of them. Pauline Hanson said Nationals leader Matt Canavan has joined the woke pile-on choosing to attack One Nation after he was verified as leader of the Nationals Party. Oh, politics is giving me a headache. Instead of opening the door to working together in Australia's interests, he started in on Pauline Hanson. Canavan joins the likes of the ABC, The Guardian, left-wing fact-checkers who've started a war against One Nation to try and tear us down, which is only making them bigger. Canavan has found himself in strange company against One Nation, the only party truly dedicated to leading the agenda on ending net zero, cutting immigration and putting Australians first. Well, now we know where he stands on net zero. He's with them. The Yorkshire lass said, why is my ex-news feed filled with Trump haters like accounts I thought were for Trump are now turning against him, calling him all sorts? Don't you know that's a Democrat playbook? Has been for a long time. It's sad to see so many don't even bother doing any research and are so quick to blame a man who isn't just helping to save America, but he's helping to save the rest of the world. Which is why I love the man. God bless President Trump, and he is. You got no idea. Just wait it out and you'll see. It's going to be fantastic. Freedom said the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has reiterated that visas for foreigners who are anti-American will be revoked. Yes, do it. I hope the Australian government will do the same. If people are anti-Australia, what's the reason for them to stay in Australia? Unless they're here to cause trouble. Did I already read this one? I think I might have. Forces of darkness are working overtime right now. You can see it, you can feel it. And as shitty as that sounds, I think it's actually where we need to be. Dark before the dawn. Pride before the fall. You see that a lot with a lot of people. Okay, now let's get in. That's it for the news. So let's get into... Let me go back as far as I can. Okay, I'm back at the beginning. Holy cow. God love yous. Janelle, how you going? Shannon, how you going? Dana, how you going? Did I make you a mod? Yes, I did. Okay. Who else have we got in here? Yeah, how you going, Spaz? Good to see ya. Derek. I made you one too, didn't I? Yes, I did. Just got to remind myself, you know. Oh, God love you, Shannon. Oh, hang on. There we go. Okay. Lovely hair. Thank you. God love you. Okay, where am I going? We go Scooter. Deb said, Cassandra's saying hello to everyone. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Alex said, the whole world is a mess. I'm just watching the show with popcorn. Yes, I agree. Why am I looking at the light as if that's the camera? For God's sake, I don't even know where the camera is anymore. Dana said, don't know why, but I love cowboy hats. Yes, I do too. I like wearing them too. White one, no less. Yes, exactly, Cassandra. Shannon said, fuel just temporary. It's the insurance companies forcing it up to make Trump look bad. Yes. Deb said, and a trauma memes elbow. And what? A Trump mate. Mrs. Out to Lunch said, hey, Heaven Chat family, don't forget to like and love, give her a thumbs up, much love, and I've got to add you as a mod too, Mrs. Out to Lunch. Okay, Cassandra said, just love sailor lingo, S words and F words about, yeah, throwing them around like nobody's business. Alex said, I do like a good cowboy hat. I went to a Stenson shop in Missouri when I went to my auntie and uncle's years ago. Picked up a nice pair of cowboy boots, which I still have. Oh. Shannon said, harden up. Pretty much. Yeah, you can't be too emotional when you're looking at all this stuff. Otherwise, it will get to you. It'll get you. It'll get you. Deb said, yes, people are not holding back with thought on pathetic elbow. Yep. Sherry, how you going? J1, how you going? Shannon said, I love the meme paper Ayatollah being chased by flying scissors. Oh, I haven't seen that one, Shannon. Maria, how you going? I'm watching live, though, even though I'm sleepy. Oh, God love you. Shannon says, Star of Renfram, there's no Star of David. Alex said, yes, I heard about the school that was right next to the base. It was empty and they admitted they did it themselves. Yeah, exactly. I don't know who people are listening to, but they don't believe it. Shannon said they never let a tragedy go to waste. They use propaganda to blame Trump. Exactly. Alex said electric seat. Maria said, I have to say, until there are arrests of the evil ones, they've achieved nothing except telling people about the evil. Only arrests can bring justice. I know, Maria, but look, the people have to know what's going on first. They can't just go and arrest them. They have to expose it first. And that's what we're seeing. The last, I don't know how many years has been exposure. That's what it's been. Full-on exposure. Everything we're seeing is exposure. Whether it's the NDIS here in Australia or the daycare centres over in America, whether it's UK Parliament, which we all know are corrupt, and Canadian Parliament, which we all know are corrupt, Australian Parliament, which we all know are corrupt. Yep. Pardon me, just had to burp, didn't want to do it. New ear. Shannon said, don't forget the ending of Sum of All Fears. Trump has back channels with China, Russia, etc., and are secretly working together in the lowdown to defeat these deep state handlers. Yes. Yep, they are. Shannon said, fat is right. Alex said, Fatima Payman. No, I don't know. Alex said they should repo that mansion. Oh, those ladies. Yes, sorry, yeah. That lady. Sorry. Now I know what you're talking about. Maria said, hey, Shannon, blessings, England's being regionalised out of existence by the Fabian British Union that stole our English Parliament in 1707. Leslie, how you going? These guys have uncovered more. He needs to bring it to the attention of Pauline Hanson. I'm pretty sure she's got her eyes on that too. Maria said, if England voids the Act of Union, as the British Constitution Society is seeking to do, then everything the British Union did since 1707 is null and void. Ooh, interesting. Shannon said, Britain, where it's race crime to show your own flag. Yep. Maria said that includes the Balfour Agreement. Ooh, there you go. Israel last, remember? Just wait for it. Just wait for it. J1 said, God is good all the time. Yep. Deb said, fat cat, and they want a forking pay rise for screwing Australia up. Yeah, exactly. Dana, coming together is the hardest thing humanity has to do. It is. It is. Shannon said, Biden was shot years ago. He doesn't even know he's dead, while White Hat's using him to wake people up. You're watching a show. Maria said, I'm English, never British. The only reason President Trump will not defend the Protestant Christian nation of England is because we can void the creation of a certain state. He's helping, I think, in the back ways, Maria, showing them, and then they're doing the rest of. They've got good people in England that are doing the rest of it, I believe. Shannon said, panic. Patriots are in control. There you go. Where's the end come in, Shannon? That's the only one missing. Alex said they've kept people divided for so long, making everyone think that each other is the enemy, when we should all stand against those that cause it all, so-called elite, exactly. Maria said, so from an English perspective, President Trump will not defend England's right to exist as a nation. Oh, I don't know about that. He's from Scotland and, he does love England. Donald said, hey, everyone, I'm late again, trying to move, been busy. Oh, good luck with the move, Donald. Shannon said, that's what you get for taxing tea. Dana said, 100%, Alex, it's constant attack on us all to keep us divided. Maria said, I think it's England 100th birthday, 1,100th birthday in July. Do you think we will be allowed to celebrate it, lol? I'd do it anyway. Cassandra said, this is my home is so tidy with my naughty kitty. Alex said, agreed, they wouldn't have a leg to stand on if we all came together. Yep. Leslie said, the plan's in motion. Shannon said, the royals are German pedo lizards. Virginia, how you going? Good evening, everyone. Leslie said, David Wolf makes sense. Dana, message retracted. Donald said, my cats seem to have a party in my kitchen every night. I get up with things everywhere. Yeah, mine do it like they run around on me and on my head in the middle of the night and then knock everything off this table in front of me. It's a desk built into the wall, into the cupboard and the side, and oh, my God. Anyway, the closet. Live from the closet. J1 said, diesel here is $2.70 a litre. Well, that was yesterday. Who knows what it is today? Yes, exactly. Yeah, diesel went flying up more than petrol did. Alex said, I never followed any of it during COVID, nor would I ever do if they tried it again. No masks, no vax, no nothing. That's it, exactly. Shannon said, China makes solar but doesn't use solar. Yeah. Funny that, isn't it? Alex said, my heart goes out to anyone who felt they were forced into anything. Yes, I agree. Donald Henrik said it was $10 yesterday somewhere in California. Yeah, well, diesel is $3 a litre. Okay, now 3 litres is $9. 3.5 at least in a gallon. Sometimes 4, depends on which site you look up, apparently. That would be like $12 a gallon for diesel. Shit a brick. If not, it's going to be, what's that, $3.69 and $1.50, $10.50 per gallon, if it's 3.5 litres per gallon, okay? Okay, anyway, I'm done with my math for today. I'm pretty good at math, actually. Was in top class at math at school. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Shannon said, except giving someone CPR, Alex. Alex said, Zoomies are the funniest, yes. Dano said, I'm over global political puppets preaching to us how bad our countries are and what must be done. How about each leader lead and their own country, fix all that needs to be done first? Yes, I'd like that too, Dana. Sherry said, I didn't wear a mask or take the jab, either did my children. Good. Shannon said, I knew about this before Q. Yeah, I was awake before Q. I'm just really glad Q came into the picture because I was black-pilled and losing hope back then, right? Before Q came in, I was black-pilled. Nothing is ever going to fix it. When Donald Trump came in, I said, oh, right, yeah, okay. And then I started seeing what Trump was doing. Then Q popped up and I went, oh, what's this? And I found it very interesting. So there you go. Maria said, all blessings, love, light and sparkles. We will win in the end because God wins, exactly. Alex said, here, I've had a gut full of it too, Dana. Alex said, take care, God bless and see you again soon. Maria. Shannon said, when they throw a nail bomb at anti-Muslim, that same Muslims are under attack. Yeah. They are the instigators and then play the victim. That's exactly what they do. J1 said, I was accosted by police for refusing the mask. Papers, please. Made me stand there while they took my photo and interrogated me. Yeah, well, I was nearly arrested at a protest during lockdowns. Well, I was taken away by police. I wasn't quite arrested, but I was protesting being locked down and forced vaccinations and I want to free Australia. So I was out there, right? And I got dragged out of a park by two coppers. Okay? And they took all my information, my license and everything, while I was saying to them, I'm doing this for your children too and your grandchildren to come. I remember saying that to them. And, yeah, they ended up letting me go, and I went to walk back in the park and they went, I said, how am I supposed to get my friends? He said, ring them. I was just trying to sneak back in, that's all. Okay, anyway, they took a lot of people away that day. And then they said I was going to get a $1,000 fine in the mail, which never turned up, thank you very much. Shannon said, it's a religion of peace, a piece of you over there, a piece of you over there. Mm-hmm. Dana said, I had the police at my door because I was out of the bullshit 5K zone. The nonsense of it was all revolting. Isn't it ridiculous? Shannon apparently has sauce, as in one you put on food. Well, I don't even know if that's what he's talking about. Okay, so be wary. Alex said they are made to believe that blowing themselves and others up is a good thing, Shannon. J1 said, Dana, yes, the demons revealed themselves. Sherry said it's falling apart because of the damn demon rats. Shannon said he gladly takes all the slings and arrows. They're not after Trump, they're after you. He's just standing in the way. Exactly. Dana said, I think Melania needs to be corrected. Donald does blame others. He blames Sleepy Joe and the Democrats constantly. Well, they did do it, but, you know. But he is trying to fix it too, I think. Sherry said, right on that, Shannon. Shannon said, but not misplaced blame. So Leslie said, Labor and Liberal are afraid of One Nation because they'll find out the truth. Who really runs the country, who makes the policies? Victorian farmers just lost control over their land. I heard something about that, Leslie. I'd fight. I'd be on my land fighting. Sherry said he has every right to blame those people. They put him through hell. Leslie said energy companies can now seize land in Victoria to build solar or turbines. Where's the greenies? No, they're all for this. They're not about the environment, the Greens. They'd kill your environment with solar panels and wind farms. And put you into the dark ages. Shannon said people can't be told, they have to be shown. Exactly, Shannon. That's what we're seeing. People cannot be told. I've done it for years, right? And I've had people look at me like I'm insane. Like I have 3 heads for being a conspiracy theorist, right? They can't be told. They have to be shown. And that is exactly what we're seeing. It's all exposure, I'm telling you now. Alex said, I will never give up. Good on you, Alex. Shannon said, hold the line. Cassandra said, I have that song in my set list. The best is yet to come. Yes. J1 said, I'm going to have a beer today and watch some role play on Twitch. Always good for a laugh and non-scripted, unlike anything else on the screen of death. Alex said he'd probably be able to become a doctor too. Yeah, that guy who was perving on women in the women's bathroom. Shannon said, trip him up, lol. Dana says, speaking of Irish, did you ever make a video making the soda bread? Remember talking about it a while ago? Me and cooking and video? I don't know what happens. I forget to turn the camera on every time I make something. I made a cherry chocolate sourdough again last night. Forgot to turn the camera on. I need a camera person following me around going, right, what are you doing now? Because me, I'm hopeless at remembering to turn the camera on. And especially with sourdough, because it's a long it takes like nearly the whole day to do it. But you like with breaks in the middle, of course, right? So you got to wait an hour, and every hour you just got to go and stretch and pull, stretch and pull, stretch and pull. And then you got to let it rise, and then you got to put it in the fridge overnight for another rise, and then you put it in your oven, and it's insane. There's always a point where I forget to turn the camera on. That's what I'm saying, because it's throughout the day. I'm going to have to do some cooking. I did try the other day and missed step 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Anywho, I will keep trying until I actually get one. I might ask one of the kids to do it. They won't be able to help themselves. They'll be talking in the background. Okay, we'll get there. Dana. Shannon said grape soda bread. Shannon said no Sharia law. Jake said they just weaponised the flu. Shannon said cookout. Shannon said several drones were stolen from military base a while ago. Sal said, g'day, Hev. How you going, Sal? Cabal deploy all assets. I think that's what's happening. Donald said, another reason I don't trust doctors other than me, I'm Dr. Don, a.k.a. Dr. Don's Auto Repair. God love you. Shannon said, Sal's tuned into our frequency. Shannon said, when is an animal most dangerous? When they're backed into a corner. J1 said the banks are screaming blue murder over the Cryptocurrency Clarity Act. Lols, they're losing power over the people. Become your own bank. Yes, J1. Alex said, I thought Larry got them insured or something like a year before against terrorists. Yeah, he did but it was also because I heard that there was asbestos in the buildings. It was going to cost a whole lot of money to repair. Instead, he got paid out for the building collapsing. Okay. Alex said, always good to have a good car vehicle. Doctor, yes, it is. Sherry said they've activated the sleeper cells. We have to keep our head on a swivel. So glad we have the right to bear arms here. Yeah. Hey, Ricky, to Tim, how you going? Okay, I'm going to... Oh, no, I've already made you a moderator. Okay, cool. Deb said, did I miss Shannon being funny? Alex said, there she is. Shannon said, bear arms and arm bears. Yeah, why not? Alex said, I thought you may have been driving, Deb. Yeah, Clown News Network, Sal. So CIA News Network, Clown News Network. Clowns in America, CIA, Clowns in America. I agree, Zal. Shannon said, Mockingbird media is the enemy of the people. Zal said, the last of the cabal is deploying all assets. Oh, I forgot to like that one. Thank you, Ricky. God love you. Shannon said, not news, a news channel. It's for entertainment purposes only. Ricky said, you're adult. Oh, thank you. God love you. Yeah, it's good. It's good to be back on this channel again because I lost it for 5 years. Deb said, yeah, just helping Stormy. Where am I up to? Alex said, I hope he's doing better. I still need to text you back, Deb. Oh, Stormy, how's he going? Hope he's doing all right. Sal said, get rid of Faruqi. Oh, yeah. Shannon said, Farquhar. Yeah, Deb, do not fear. Eyes open, no fear, please. Deb said, all good, darling Alex. Conchega said she can Farky off. Good one, Conchega. How you going? Deb said, don't ignore your health. Yeah. Sal said, I hope that guy sues them all, police, government, all of them. Yep, exactly. I just jumped on me. I'm not going to be able to get all the way back, am I? Oh, there I was there somewhere. Oh, Deb said, TB, we had to wear an orange mask and it was hard to breathe in. Bexley, how you going? Did I make you a mod? Yep, cool. Okay. Deb said, can I go back in the naughty corner? You can put yourself there, Deb, if you really want to. Shannon said, that's what Michael Hutchins said, allegedly. Sal said, sorry, have most normal people think that this is all a conspiracy theory and therefore not true? Yeah, probably. Deb said the room was vac sealed. What room was vac sealed? Shannon said all the conspiracy theorists are coming true, so our tinfoil hats are now golden crowns of knowledge. Yeah, I'll wear conspiracy theory with a badge of honour. I'll wear that label. Badge of honour, mate. Deb said, we need to have a talk with our doctor in the house. Timmy, I feel like I haven't seen Timmy for weeks. What's going on? J1 said, I'm using a fembendazole at the moment. Good on you, J1. Alex said, true, Zal, even if it was proven, people probably still wouldn't believe it. Yeah, Shannon, the view. Zal said, we know that Shannon, but the NPCs out there are lazy fuggers. Ricky to Tim said, Timmy's turkey. Shannon said, gobble, gobble. Ricky said, Hev's a gangster. Deb said, go Hev. I can't remember what I said. Leslie said, our PM goes to football last night. Majorly booed. Good. Yeah, prime sinisters, Al. Shannon, it's such a simple, seemingly innocent comment, isn't it? But I don't know if it is. Shannon. Alex said, sounds like it turned out well then, Leslie. Ricky said, lol. Hev's a kid. Oh, God love you. You're going to make me all embarrassed now. Shannon said, the ships are going through. They're just turning off transponders. There you go. Zal said, asteroids. Menacing Muskrat, how you going? Dana said, got emotional watching strangers arrive at the church. Yeah, so did I. That's where you get emotional. You don't fear, but you just, nice feeling emotional. The nice one. Where you'd cry because you're happy for I don't mean just turn your emotions off completely. You can't get emotional over news. You got to calm yourself down, even if it takes you to walk away for 5 minutes and go, right, let's go back and have a look. Shannon said, huge. Leslie said, that's a huge boom. Currency is everything. J1 said, stable coin market up 10 trillion in 6 months. Backed 1-to-1, unlike fractional banking system we're all a slave to at the moment. Leslie said, yes, Alex, even the not yet awake, know an idiot when they see one. Sal said, one nation gets into power, they pull out all stops to stymie her and those around her at every step. I know. The only way to stop that is to vote for one nation everywhere. That's the only way to stop it. Sal said nothing will come of her getting into power. I don't know. Ricky said, I hope you're right about Trump. I do believe I am. I do. I've been awake long enough. I've watched long enough. I should know what I'm talking about. Hopefully I do. But, yeah, I do believe in Trump. What do I think about Trump and that island? I don't think he went to the island. I think he used the plane, but billionaires share their planes when their own planes are actually in for servicing and stuff like that. I don't think he was on the island. Randy, how you going? You're lurking? I do that sometimes. I don't mind. Shannon said that's something that you never want to hear at a proctologist exam. Shannon said, God, I didn't know where the camera enemy is anymore. What? Ricky said, Hev said hello to me. J1 said, well, I'm well, thanks, Hev. You're looking lovely today. Thank you, guys. My head won't fit through the door shortly. Sal said, almost curtain call time. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up soon. I've got things to do and a lot to do, actually. And I'll be back tomorrow, but I won't be here on Monday, so your Sunday. I won't be here this week because we're having a meeting with help for the elderly, Conchega said ivermectin and curcumin. I can't say that. Curcumin as well. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. J1 said, Zal, yep, starting to build momentum finally. Yeah, Conchega, look up Joe Tippin's protocol. J1 said, Yowie, yeah, I'll alternate with ivermectin. J1 said, Yowie, I'll check that out. Hey, go on, Sandy. Hell yeah, Hev. We held the line. Hev family, can you feel it? I can. Conchega said that's not the real DJT. That is his stand-in. DJT is 6'3". Oh, yeah, they all have doubles, body doubles. Alex said, I remember when diesel used to be the cheapest. Yes, it wasn't that long ago. Alex said it's just all a game to them. Musical prices, yes. Oh, we got service stations all over Australia, right? From one suburb to the next, it can be different. From one service station to the next, different fuel prices. Why? Why aren't they all standard? What's going on? Why are some of them allowed to charge more? I don't go to those ones. J1 said I was told 40 years ago Australia and New Zealand would be the first to go cashless. Yeah, that was when they had planned their plans. Alex said, even though cash is pretty worthless, cashless would be the worst thing any of us could do. Yep. Well, I know Donald J. Trump is keeping cash, even if it's crypto backed by gold, that we will still be keeping cash. J1 said, villages in Africa have been crypto cashless for nearly a decade. Oh, dear God, help them. Alex said, maybe the elite should be cashless and give it to the rest of the world that they've been destroying bit by bit. I agree. Shannon said, but it's all fake money. Alex said, yes, like a massive game of Monopoly, a game of life. That's what it seems like. J1 said, Alex, yep, almost as long as smartphones have been available, Starlink could be used to bank the entire globe. Alex said, we need another cook with Hev video. Shannon said, that's why Hev's OnlyFans fails. She forgets to turn the camera on. I don't have an OnlyFans, Shannon. Nor would I ever want one, unless I'm cooking. That's the only OnlyFans I'd have. No, but I'll do that on YouTube. Ricky said, I can be your camera guy. I'd love to cook. I love to cook. Yeah. J1 said, Shannon, stable coins are all asset-based, unlike fiat. Randy said, I will be cam person. Yeah, but you're all the way over there. I can't. I need someone here to be my cam person. Conchega said, apparently we have a new monarch, His Majesty King Aluki Warung. Okay, Conchega. Wow. Alex said, I'd rather go back to bartering, J1. Where was I up to? It's jumped again. Oh, not far now. Okay, I'm nearly there. J1 said, Alex, myself as well. Shannon said, oi, ding, dong. Ooh, ding, dang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Is that what you were trying to sing? No? Oh, God. Okay, I've got a hair. It's tickling me. Alex said, I got my wildflower seeds last week. I just need some food seeds now ready to plant for the spring. Ricky said, Randy, if you don't camera, I can do Herv's hair and makeup. Oh, nice. Randy said she needs none. Oh, God love yous. J1 said, Alex, yep, a seed bank is a wise move for sure, yes. J1 said, Alex, I thought they make it illegal to own seeds soon enough. Well, they were trying to for a while there. I don't know, when I was waking up, they were thinking of trying to ban seeds, only produce GMO seeds that don't grow again. Alex said, my neighbour grew some a couple of years ago and got loads of yield. Setup's still there, I just need to plant them. And Conchega said, Shannon, have a look here. Alex said, yes, which is crazy when you think everyone used to grow their own fruit and veg. I miss the good old days. Me too. Shannon said, lots of fine print, KY. Randy said, yes, you're beautiful. Oh, God love yous. Seriously, my head's not going to fit out that door shortly. You keep telling me that. Shannon said, thanks, Randy. Didn't know you cared. Alex said, I think I like that here too. I think the further north is cheaper. God love you too, Ricky and Randy. God love yous. I'm getting embarrassed. Conchega said, I'm just sharing something that was put up on Telegram, just the postie. Oh, okay, yep. Randy would sign up for Heb's OnlyFans. Pity shouldn't have one, not having one. Conchega said, Shannon, this has been going on for a while, Shannon. And Deb said, hello, Randy. And with that, guys, I'm going to go. I'm all embarrassed and my eyes are nearly watering. I'm that embarrassed. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow, but I won't, no, I don't have any OnlyFans, okay? Yeah, I've only got tents. No, I've only got air conditioners. Hev's only air conditioner. Doesn't reach her room, unfortunately. But we're thinking about getting ducted, okay? Anyway, okay, guys, I hope to see you tomorrow, same time, and I'll talk to you then. Have a good one. Bye, guys. Bye.